Alright boys, we're back at it. What's going on, guys? Your boy Ethan with another poker vlog. First session at MGM Springfield. Sorry about the delay in videos. I was moving back to school, and first couple weeks of school is always hectic. Moving in, classes, settle down, so gonna get a poker routine going on. Gonna start playing probably weekly, maybe a little bit more than that. We'll see how this goes. Heard the competition is kind of tough at MGM Springfield from my friends who play, so we're gonna see how this goes. And welcome to vlog 10. I think this is 10. Whatever vlog this is. Hope you guys enjoy, and let's get to it. Got a fun fact for you. So today I am doing this vlog, playing this session on this Thursday, the September 13th. Jeez, I don't know why I said that so weird, but yesterday was my birthday. Actually, I turned 21, so that's no reason why I couldn't go to and play at MGM at a timely fashion, because you gotta be 21, and I just wasn't 21 yet. So that was kind of an issue, but kind of a birthday session, I guess. I went actually yesterday to check it out with my friends. Actually gorgeous, so I'll throw in some shots of the casino if you aren't around the area. If you are around the area, I'm sure you already went before and you already know how gorgeous it is inside. Actually, the poker room is beautiful, actually, compared to Twin River where I've played before. MGM blows that out of the park. But I guess my mindset for today is, one, after hearing that a bunch of players are pretty good, I guess the competition is pretty good at the 1-2 table. Gonna play fairly tight in the beginning, just trying to figure out the player dynamics, see how the players are, all that fun stuff, and then try to pick my spots from there. So hopefully I'll play better. I studied in my little bit of a break. I studied a little bit, obviously not enough, but the goal is to play better than I did last session. As long as I can make little and small improvements in my decision making, that's the goal. Because once again, gotta say, I'm not a good poker player. If you want good poker tips, I'm not the guy. I'm just here for, I guess, entertainment and hand analysis reviews and all that fun stuff. So we'll see how this goes, and let's get into I guess the cinematics and also the hand reviews. Let's get it. Buy into the table for $400. The max at MGM is $500, which is a little bit bigger than what I'm used to, because at Twin River it was $300. But buying for $400, a little bit bigger than what I'm used to, but want to be pretty deep in this game. So the very first significant hand that we're gonna go over here, I am in the cutoff position with Ace-10 of Hearts. So it's like 30 minutes ish into the session, and so we get this hand. So we get 6 limpers to me. The whole time everyone is limping with extremely, I don't know, the wide range of shit hands with really strong hands. Everyone's just limping for some reason, but with Ace-10 of Hearts, a little bit too strong to just limp in there. So, and play it like multi-weighted. So I make it $25 under the gun with a massive stack, and he was running super hot. Makes the call, and everyone else folds. So heads up to the flop of King 9-8 with 2 hearts. He checks to me, and in this situation, I'm gonna just continue here. So I bet out 35, and he just snap calls. Not even, like, literally put the chips in before I could. I was sizing up, and I don't know. I guess he really wanted to call me there. But the turn was a 9. He checks to me again, and given him checking back, and obviously I'm still drawing, I think the right move here is just to check it behind and just see a free river card. I think he probably is repping a king, has a king. Clearly just has me beat here, so I check it back, and the river is a 5 of hearts, which is helpful, obviously. Make the nut flush draw, and he leads up for $80 now. And I think at the time, on a paired board, I've seen him boat up with 8-3, like a couple hands earlier. I think like in those 30 minutes I sat down, he made like 3 boats, which is wild. He has a stack of like 1,200 from him or something ridiculous. But he bets 80 into me, and obviously I hit my flush. But I don't know. I think about either deciding to raise or just call. Given that this is my first first significant hand that I'm playing all session, and also I haven't played in a while, I decided to go for a low variance route and just call. And obviously, I showed he had a king, and I scooped that one up. So I should have gone for more value. I think he would have called me on just like a decent side raise or even a bigger raise, but that's how that one turned out. I think I missed out on value there, but it is what it is. Second significant hand here, I'm in the cutoff again with Queen 10 of Hearts. So we get 3 limpers to me, I make it $13, and we get 2 callers in middle position. So 3 ways to the flop of 10, 6, 5 with 2 clubs. When it checks to the middle position, actually, first act checks, second act, middle position, he bets $18. I just have to make the call with top pair, and the other guy calls too. So we're still 3 ways to the turn. Is the Jack of Spades. So it checks to me. I have second pair now, but when it checks to me, I bet $35. I think at the moment, I think I should have sized a lot bigger, or a little bit bigger, simply because I feel like it's just a little too small of a bet size. Considered the pot is around somewhere, I don't know yet, but maybe I should have sized bigger because they both call, unfortunately. So once they both call, I think I'm definitely behind at this point. But the river comes the Queen of Clubs, bringing the flush in. The first to act, he bets $40. He's been check calling the whole way. Then the middle position calls as well, and usually I'd fold. If the middle position player folded, then I definitely would fold for some reason. That was my thinking at the time. But I think when 2 people call, then I should definitely fold. But I improved the 2 pair. I improved the top, not top 2, but top and middle pair. So when the queen comes, I think I usually fold to the first act player because I think he'd hit his flush most of the time. But given the other guy folding or calling, I decided to call as well. And of course, showdown first to act shows Jack 8 of clubs for the flush, and middle position shows Jack 10 for 2 pair. And that's kind of what happened. I think no one really would have gotten away from that hand, given the run out. But I guess the flush wins. Next hand we have here, I am in the small blind with pocket 3s. This one is interesting. So we get 6 limpers to me. I decide to call. Obviously, not really gonna do much. I'd love more people in the pot than not. And then the big blind ends up raising the $12. So undergun plus 2 calls, middle position calls, and I call as well. So we are 4 ways to the flop of 2, 3, 6, 2 diamonds. Flopping middle set here with pocket 3s, and I love it. So I check. Big blind bets $35. The under the gun plus 2 player ends up jamming for $145. Given big blind stack is fairly short too, so I think that might cover him. Or actually, no, it won't cover him. But middle position folds. Obviously here with middle set, I'm gonna have to rejam here. I don't want to see any draws from the big blind. I don't know. I mean, the big blind's range is pretty strong, maybe. Who knows? But I ended up jamming with about 200 because the big blind only had about 200-ish behind. So I cover him and just wanted to charge the max on draws, obviously. So ends up he folds with pocket aces. So pretty good fold there. Undergun plus 2 players shows pocket 2s. I show happy birthday to me because I scoop up a pretty big pot there. Turn to king. River is a 7 of diamonds, so the flush actually would have came in. But pick that one up, set over set, and I'm just happy to be in my position at that point right there. When run good meets run good. Next hand, pretty fun once again. So we have 8, 7 of spades in the cutoff position. Under the gun makes it an easy $5. So with that price, folds all the way back to me. I decide to make the call, the button calls, and the big blind calls as well. So we're 4 ways to the flop of 8-8-2 or 8-8-3 with 2 clubs on the board. Under the gun bets $10. I'm going nowhere, obviously. I call, wouldn't raise in this spot ever, but I call and other people fold. And the turn comes the magic 8, making quads. First time I ever made quads in my life so far. So very fitting that I do this on the day right after my birthday. Other than the gun, bets $20. I decided to Hollywood a little bit. I mean, really, I'm really just Hollywooding. I don't do anything. There's nothing going on in my head. There's no point in raising. So I decided to Hollywood, then make the call. River's a 4, so he leads into me again, betting $30. And at this point now, given the stack sizes, I definitely cover him. Obviously, I have a good amount in front of me. He has about 140, 150-ish behind. So I decide to raise to 130, just make it 100 on top. Pretty easy. I think that's a pretty good sizing because I don't know. I just think it's a good sizing because he called basically, and he flips over 3-4 of hearts. So he makes, I guess, on that board, it kind of makes sense for him to call. And obviously I show the quads. Happy birthday to me. Another pretty good run out and pretty good hand there for me. Scooping that pretty big pot up. So yeah, things are running pretty good so far in this session here. So the very last hand here that I'll go over, actually the very last hand of the session, I ran really well in the first 2 hours and then just kind of dwindled off and just was pretty cold. But my stack is about 900 and I'm under the gun with 3-5 offsuits. So I limp. And it turns into a 6-way limped pot. Everybody just limps. And people say, never go broke in a limped pot. Well, the flop comes ace-2-4 rainbow with 1 diamond on the board. So flop the nuts with 3-5 offsuit, which is absolutely ridiculous. So action's done to me. I'm first to act, obviously. Or not first to act, but action's done to me. I check. There's really nothing for me to do. Then checks to the button, who bets $10 into this board. The big blind ends up calling, and I raise to 30. I think it's a standard move. I flop the nuts. There's an ace on there, so I think any ace would call. So I mean, yeah, that's kind of what happened. So the button, who was the original, I guess, better, he ends up folding, and the big blind calls. Big blind in the spot, he's pretty passive, but he has a pretty big stack, and I think he's really only aggressive when he has the nuts, which that info comes handy later on. So the turn is a queen of diamonds. He bets $75 with 300-ish behind. I mean, obviously I have the nuts here. There's nothing else that still beats me. So I rip it in there. He is 300-ish behind. Given the stack sizes, I wanted him to make me call with ace high. Or with a pair of aces, I think any ace might call there. Very unlikely that he's on the flush draw, but I still want to charge the max on flush on him hitting the flush. So I rip it in there, putting him all in, and he makes the call, which is good for me. The river is a 10 of diamonds. He shows ace jack of diamonds for the nut flush, and I dip right after that. So yeah, I mean, that's just an unfortunate run out there. I don't know what to say. Lost a good amount there. I was up probably, I was up 500 before that hand, and I left up $100 for the session. So it is what it is. Unfortunate for things happen like that, but I don't know. I think I played that hand as well as I could have. He got lucky and hit his draw. So whatever, I guess. I don't know. It hurts. It definitely hurts a little bit. But anyways, left up $100. Played for about 6-ish hours or so, give or take. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought about how I played. I think I'm getting better. I think I'm making the right moves. I think that whole session I played pretty well. Just got clued at the end there. But I'd love to hear your comments and feedback down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys had a great day. And I'll be back with another video shortly with another session. See you guys later, boys.